Let's talk about the Cockroach Janta Party. It's a rave, at least over the internet, having 20 million plus followers on Instagram, and I'm sure the subscriptions are increasing day by day by going into the website and registering out there. It has definitely caught the attention from the Gen Z, from the youth, because the points they have highlighted are not new, but the way they have done it has definitely caught everybody, not just by surprise, but also with the hope that something new is coming in. I'm you, the man on the street, and I want to bring forward some of the questions. As always, we like to understand what really are the objectives, who ultimately benefits, and how deep-rooted is this plan for you to come up with this new sensation and launch it effectively, fulfill the objectives that you have put forward. So is this question number one, is this your plan to fulfill your ambition of becoming a politician? And if that is so, then how soon would you launch your party? Do you want to go and fight for elections starting from a city to a state, or you want to go full scale at a national level? And if that is the case, then how are you going to select all the people who are going to be contesting these elections? Most importantly, forming an institution like a political party, running campaigns, making the whole plan, creating your offices. It's a huge investment, and it needs a lot of money. Have you already secured that fund, or do you have plans to raise these funds? And if that's so, who would you be raising these funds from? Are these gonna be from people who in good faith put the money into this institution because they want to change the country, bring more employability amongst the youth, improve on the education system, improve on the judiciary, improve on the administrative system, and so forth? And is it really possible for you to have all these people, because you're talking about a big group of that will form the core of this institution? How would you make sure that these people do not deflect, they don't move away, they don't get compromised, and under any pressure they don't succumb to it? What is going to be your governance model? Would it be an independent body? Would you have an audit system? How the finances would be managed? And how different would you be compared to any other political party that is there, be it at a national scale or be it at a regional scale? Now, contesting election and changing the whole system really sounds very nice, but we've seen why there are so many regional parties, because in India still the elections are won over caste, over religion, over the geography that you come from, and it is a full-time planning. It is more about crossing the poll first rather than having the majority of the voters. Now somebody with a 30% can come into power, even though the 70%, because they are distributed amongst the many others, they would still stay outside. So that is the typical reality of India. Now you mentioned about Gen Z being lazy, and I understand where you're coming from. A lazy person is the one who'll find the shortest possible way to do a job and a task more effectively, efficiently, and that stays good even for the long time. Absolutely with you. That is how it has to be. That is how we should build the new system. But with this way of launching a new political party, going through the elections, forming a party, and if you don't come in full majority, then looking for coalitions, and if you don't look for coalition, then again go and sit in the opposition and wait for your chance. Will that give the quick solution to the problems that the Gen Zs have? Will it improve the employment rate? Will it improve the education? Will it help in improving the employability? How will it really change the system? And what would stop you to become the other also ran, as we have seen? For instance, in Bihar, Prashant Kishore, he started with that Jan Suraj Party, did a campaign for good 1-2 years. Ultimately what happened, it doesn't matter, the bottom line is he did not come into power and is still sitting there on the fences, not even there in the parliament, and even if he is, not making any difference. So how will your this long drawn process of changing India would really benefit? Or is it be another gimmick? Now, alternatively, I'm not sure, but that is a question that we like to ask you. Have you considered other mechanisms as well? For example, if the agenda is to help youth with better education, employability, more scientific methods, empowering them, then have you thought about doing a crowdsourcing? For example, all these people who can afford, if you start with 100 rupees of monthly membership, a crore people come in, and that's where the scale of India comes handy. They come in and you suddenly have 100 crores every month. Now that is independent. You can create an institution having a full governance on it. You can get people, the best of the teachers from India and from the world, plus as many other intellectuals, as many other philosophers and thinkers who probably would not come into a political or an electoral process, but they'll be more keen on working on at a social level, at a welfare level. And with this money that you've got, you can pretty much start creating the institutions, the education institutions all over India. The criteria could be anyone, any Indian citizen who wants to study, who wants to upskill themselves, and need not to be just formal schooling. You can look at the other vocational courses, the technical expertise and development, and this can be started. It can be a huge campus, and you pretty much can utilize that money. Instead of building temples, you'll be doing something really, a real temple of building real India. The other way could be that from 1947 to 2025, we've seen, even during the pre-independence era, and we've covered this in our talks, you might want to check some, whenever you have time, that how the business houses, how the elites have literally looted India. Who are these business houses? They are the Tatas, the Birlas, the Mahindras, the Bajaj, the Godrej, and there are a lot of other Parsi communities. There are a lot of other business houses, plus all these elites. After 47 election, these are the elites who came back in power with 95% plus of majority, and they are the one who literally are governing India, have governed India. A license Raj was brought in, so the policies and the processes and the rules were tweaked to benefit them. So we can, through a proper legal process, through your own and this huge support that we have, we can push the government to make a mandate on these business houses to contribute a fixed money, a heavy sum of money, yearly or monthly or whichever way. And now suddenly the corpus is huge. Now suddenly it is very easy for you to implement and go in as many parts of India, create as many institutions, get the teachers, pay them good salaries, good benefits from India, internationally, wherever, and build this new India. And suddenly you realize that you have solved the problem in a 12 to 18 months of time. Maybe that is a better way of helping the Gen Z to come and enjoy this wave, because net hope cannot be a strategy. Thinking and talking, which is very cheap, and saying we're going to change the whole country is full of people, and people, this is human nature. Greed will be there, nepotism will be there, support for others will be there, and there are many nuances and vices that we've seen. Nobody can stop them. It is human nature. History has given us enough examples. So these are a few of the questions, very innocent questions we are humbly putting in front of you. It'll be nice for us to hear your thoughts. What have you really thought in the at a macro as well as a micro level? Is this a plan for you to fulfill your political ambitions, or you really want to work for the youth, for the Gen Z, and for the new India, alpha, beta, whatever generations, for them to do well, excel, and put India back onto the journey that it is already on with? It's like a catalyst, it's like a steroid, and suddenly you see the speed going, not double, maybe triple, or as many times it will multiply. Look forward to hear, and really keen on getting your thoughts to it. Thank you very much, and once again, good credit, good job the way you have launched yourself. Let's see how you stay on course and how you would help and contribute in building a better, wonderful, educated, skilled, tech savvy, and a growing India. Cheers.